So I am like just south of Winchester, Virginia, and there is a radio station here that is playing like almost all songs from when I was like a bartender at the Country Gay Bar in Austin, Texas. And me and my girlfriend at the time, Kim, hi Kim, we're still really good friends. She's amazing. Anyways, she and I used to go dancing, and this song is one of the ones. Hands Carolina, tails California. And it's like, it's so cool because I listen to it and it's like, it just brings me right back, and I'm just being whipped around by Kim on the dance floor, and I miss it so much. And I'm hoping with all my heart and soul that I'm trying to make it happen where late fall, you know, after I leave the Northeast, I have to go west, and I'm thinking that I might try to get down to Texas to see, maybe I should turn this down, hold on. I'm thinking I might get down to Texas to see my sister and Kim. And if that is the case, if we can do that, and I will fly that's the whole thing, is that I want to go there to see my sister and fly my daughter in, because my daughter also has a really good relationship with both my sister and Kim. And so I'm thinking that I'll fly her there and we can visit together there in Texas. Anyway, I don't know for sure. It all depends on finances, and, you know, so I'm hoping, but man, if I can, I am going to make Kim take me two-stepping. She says there aren't any more gay country bars in Austin, which is just an absolute tragedy. What the hell happened? Where did the Rainbow Cattle Company go? Why did nothing replace it? We need answers. But I figure, I bet you I can convince Kim to take me to a straight bar. I mean, it's Austin. It's, you know, Austin's pretty cute. They're pretty cool. They're pretty wide open. They're pretty open-minded. I think it'd be all right if Kim and I went dancing. I don't know. I want to, though. So, manifesting. Would you care to see my brilliant idea? So I had two of these in the minivan, one for here and one for the middle, but I lost the middle one and I can't find another little one. So at the dollar store, I found this. It's an air freshener. Now obviously it's not going to last forever, but it smells good and it's going to tell me if I'm level. I'm a genius. I have rearranged just this tiny little area, just this little tiny little area up here. I probably moved it around a gajillion times. I'm pretty sure it's been at least a gajillion, and I just can't get it right. I'm just trying to figure out a way to have like a desk setup, a permanent, comfortable desk setup. And I know I can do it. I know that I can do it. I have the space. I'm just like having a hard time. It seems like every single arrangement that I make is just like a couple of inches off. This won't quite fit. It's an inch and a half too long. This isn't going to work because that's an inch and a half too long. So that's why there hasn't been an awful lot of like videos showing me organizing, because it's just me doing this one little spot, just this little area right behind the driver's seat, trying to make it work, and I haven't figured it out yet. But I will soon, maybe today. As much as it sounds like I'm complaining, I actually really enjoy the organization process. I'm just having a hard time figuring it out. So I thought maybe I'd put my bed at the very end back there, and I could lean, you know, back against that wall, and then I'd have those windows, I could open those doors, and I could put my desk at the end there. But you see how the ceiling comes down there? I'd have to actually come closer in this way, or my head will hit the top there. And if I come closer in this way and set my desk up there, well, then I've got a lot of wasted space, and I'd have to end up moving that, which I really don't want to have to do. Or I mean, maybe I could use that as the desk, sit there, use that as the desk, and move all my kitchen stuff over here. Hold on. See, this is why I talk things through with you guys, because y'all know, and you tell me telepathically. I swear it. I don't know. I'm gonna explore that possibility. Hang on. Oh. You can say, baby. Oh. See, I can only stand up for so long before my back starts saying, "Girl, you better sit down." But by the end of all this, I'm gonna have the strongest back ever. You're gonna be like, look, there goes Birdie. Back Birdie. That's back Birdie. She got the strongest back you ever done. So I'm thinking maybe this could be like a kitchen prep area. It's not huge, but I don't care. I don't do an awful lot of major cooking. All right, hold on, you guys. I probably should have turned this camera on a long time ago and started talking to y'all, because this might work as a kitchen area, and then I can just use my toilet as a seat. Make myself like a little cushion for it. Sit on my toilet, because that's what van lifers do. We multi-use. And I could sit here, prepare here. I'd even have the refrigerator. You can't see it, but wait, you can see a little bit of it. Anyways, that would be a little bit of prep surface. All right, well, we're gonna keep moving in this direction. I am going to move all my kitchen stuff over here, but there really isn't a great way for me to film that, because I have to be going from behind where you guys are to over here. So I won't film that. But man, really turning on the camera and just talking it through with y'all seems to have given me at least a new direction. I was really starting to get like, what am I gonna do over here? I want a desk. Like, that's the thing that I want the most. You know, I want a comfortable desk to sit at. I've been just, you know, using my bed forever, because I didn't have like a comfortable alternative. But, and I also, you know, when you're in the minivan, you kind of constantly have to move stuff around all the time. And that was frustrating. So that's what I want to avoid. I want to avoid having to move stuff in order to get from one activity to the next. And I want to have a comfortable desk area. And I wasn't sure how I would make that work in this space, but that's probably because that's not the space for it. This is the kitchen space, and we'll make the desk back there. And I just realized how dark it is, so you can't see my gorgeous face. All right, okay, let me work on that, and then I'll come back to you again. I might have started heading north a little early. It was hot, and it was gonna be in the 60s in Virginia that night. So I was like, I'm going north, and I came up to Pennsylvania, and then I found out that there's something called a polar vortex coming, or here, I guess it's here now, because it's like 29 degrees right now. Why can't I get stuff right? It's all right. I would actually rather be cold than super hot, particularly when I'm trying to sleep, because like I like it basically right above freezing in order to sleep well. So I'm not, you know, like, it's fine, it's good. It's just like, I wish I would have maybe not come quite so far north, because I'm like in somewhere Pennsylvania right now, maybe the middle of Pennsylvania, and maybe I would have stayed closer to southern Pennsylvania if I had actually known about said polar vortex. It's all right though. It's just, you know, that's part of it. I guess I should pay a little bit more attention to the weather. I'm trying to figure out if that like squeaking sound I'm hearing is something from inside the car, but it sure sounds like that from the engine. Didn't used to be there. Hello from Fishkill, New York. I know I probably give you guys whiplash an awful lot, but I needed to drive a little further north. I wanted to get into New York for various reasons. I'm going to register my vehicle here. I didn't mean to actually come this far north today, but I had a hard time finding a place to stay for the night. So I did find a Cracker Barrel here, and so we're here now. I think I'm going to just sit here for a little while though, because as I was finding a parking spot, I noticed that there's a squeaking going on in my engine, and I looked it up online, and it's a possible serpentine belt thing. I don't know. I'm just going to get it checked out just to be on the safe side. The vehicle also needs to be realigned, and I need to get new windshield wipers. So I'm going to take care of any of that before I put any more miles on the vehicle. I'm not done organizing the van yet. She's a little closer though, and I'm moving stuff a little bit less because most things have found a home by now. I didn't show you guys, I did end up, and I do think I'm going to be able to make it work, where I have the kitchen stuff right behind me here and the desk actually back there by my bed. I think I am going to make that work, but I haven't finished it yet. Excellent news. Okay, it definitely needed an alignment, which I knew that already. Debbie had told me that it probably needed one, and she even offered to do it for me before I left, and I said absolutely not, that's on me. So I already knew that it almost certainly needed one, and then confirmed with myself that it was, that it was pulling right. So I already knew that was going to happen. Now he fixed it. It should be perfect now, and it shouldn't be like wearing the tires weird or anything. So that's actually really good news. And then also the squeaking had stopped by the time I got here, and they never did hear it. But he did do like a diagnostic check on it. He like checked, because I told him that it sounded like this YouTube video where there was either something wrong with the water pump or the serpentine belt sounded just like that sound. So they did check those. He said the serpentine belt isn't great. Is it serpentine or serpentine? Anyway, the belt is great and the water pump is fine. And he said it could possibly be the AC belt. But he said even if that is the case, it's only like $150 fix if that's the case. But either way, like it's not anything to do with the engine. So we're in great shape. We're aligned and we're in great shape, and it's very exciting, and we're in great shape, and I'm really excited. This is definitely one of my favorite things about the new van. I never can lose it in a parking lot. I was like coming out here going, I don't remember where I parked it all. And then as soon as I got there, I was like, oh, there's my roof. One of the greatest perks of having a big old van. So it occurs to me that I need to tell you guys the story of how I ended up with our lovely van, because it didn't occur to me that not everybody sees the posts and the shorts that I put out. YouTube is kind of weird about what it actually recommends to people. And I think like folks who usually just watch videos don't usually get recommendations for the posts and the shorts. So I think that some of the things that happened in the process of me getting our lovely new adventure mobile kind of got lost, and people are confused, like, whoa, wait a minute, I thought you weren't gonna take it, and then now what happened? So I'm gonna put just the tiniest little story here to try and make up for the fact that I had sort of split it into different formats. So what had happened was, you guys knew that I was in New York and I was thinking I was going to get that bus, and then that didn't work out. So I drove down to Virginia. It was the closest place that I could think of. And also I really wanted to go to Virginia. I will admit that. Virginia's like my favorite place in the world. Well, one of them anyway, that and San Juan Islands. I always say that I always feel like I have to like honorably mention the San Juan Islands when I talk about how Virginia is my favorite place, because like it is also my favorite place. They're very much tied. Anyways, that's not the point of this story. So I drove down to Virginia because it would get me out of the rust belt, and I was thinking it would help me find a vehicle that didn't have a lot of rust on it. So I drove down to Virginia, and then, I was looking and looking and looking. And then one of you guys, Debbie, she wrote me and she was like, hey man, I have this van that I was thinking is time for me to probably get rid of. I'm probably not going to be doing much more van life. More on that in a second, because she changed her mind after I ended up getting the van, which is actually really cute and a testament to van life, right? But anyway, I'll tell you that in a second. So she's like, I've got this van. I think that I'm probably done doing a lot of van trips, and I am willing to sell it to you. And so at first I thought she was just like, I'm willing to sell it to you. So I was like, and then she's like, make me an offer. And I'm like, well, I don't know. What is it? She said, send me the VIN number and I'll look it up on Kelley Blue Book and see if I can come anywhere close to what they say is the value. When I looked it up on Kelley Blue Book, the value they said the smallest was $15,000. And I was like, Debbie, I appreciate that so much, but there's no way I could come anywhere near that number. And she's like, no, I mean, make me an offer. I'll pay, you can pay what you can pay. And I was like, Debbie, I got $5,000 that I can give you. Like, it's a $15,000 van. Listen, I appreciate more than anything in the whole world that you'd be willing to take such a huge loss on this beautiful van for me, but there's no way I can accept that. And that's when I made that video to you guys talking about how, and that was just sort of an off remark. I didn't even mean anything. Like, I was just telling you what was going on and how I hadn't found anything. And yes, I'd been given these amazing offers, because I also got some other offers, like from 3 or 4 different people saying, come stay with me free of charge. You don't have to ever come out of the room and talk to me. Like, I'll be fully fine with you isolating yourself. I'll just give you a place to stay. More than one person offered me that. And so that's all I was talking about, was I've been receiving these amazing offers from you amazing people, but my brain is just not ready to take that kind of a leap of faith again right now. So I can't do that. So I'm still looking for a van, blah, blah, blah. And I was just sort of like updating you guys on what was going on. And then I had at least 100, I bet, comments for people going, girl, you're stupid. Like, I'm sorry, love you, but you're real stupid. You need to go get that van. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make that okay in my brain. But then it occurred to me, like, I wonder if Debbie would take payments, and that way I could pay her more. Like, I can't pay her $15,000. I just, there's no way. I don't think I'm ever going to be in a position where that's going to be like an easy thing for me to do, or even like a thing that I know that I can commit to, because I'm not going to commit to something unless I know I can actually fulfill it, right? So I just know I can't do $15,000, but maybe I could give her a down payment. My original thinking was that I would give her $4,000 down and then $100 payments. And would you be willing to do that, Debbie? Until I get you to $7,500, until I at least pay $7,500. That way, at least I'm paying half of what Kelley Blue Book says it's worth, which is still not enough for me to feel super comfortable with it. But I was being told about how stupid I was, and I was running out of options, and I was scared. And so I go, okay, all right, I'm gonna just offer this and see how she feels about it, and how we both feel about it, and how everybody feels about it. And she's like, I can do that, Birdie. So I was like, okay. I ended up going to Tennessee, and then you guys see how I went to Tennessee to get the vehicle. I ended up giving her $5,000 down because I just wasn't comfortable. I felt like, listen, I've got the $5,000 to give her. I'm just gonna give her the whole $5,000. And then I'm going to make $100 payments. Hopefully, some months, or maybe even most months, maybe I can give her more than $100 until I get that $7,500 paid off. But for sure, I gave her $5,000, and now I am paying $100 a month, and then I will have paid $7,500 for this beautiful. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I swear, sometimes I just sit in here and I look around and I'm like, it is such an upgrade from the minivan. Like, I do believe that minivans are kind of perfect. They're a perfect traveling vehicle if you're traveling part-time. You still have a home or storage or something, you can afford something where you can keep, all your sentimental stuff and stuff that you don't absolutely need, but you don't want to get rid of, if you don't have a place where you can store your stuff, it is a little more difficult, and it does become a little more cramped inside that minivan. And for me, I do know that a lot of people love minivan life, and some people do it full time, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, of course, there's people who are doing car living full time. And I know that works great for them. So this is not me saying that minivan life sucks by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's wonderful for many people. Car life, wonderful for many people. Not for me. I didn't love it. I sit in this van and I'm like, oh, look at all that space, and everything has its own little spot, and I'm not having to constantly move stuff around, and I just love it so much. I love it so much. And so I'm really glad that, you guys made me rethink my drink, and I'm so grateful to Debbie for being open to the whole thing. Oh, and I was going to tell you. So I bought the van from her, and then I left, and then a few days later she writes me and she goes, "Hey man, I really missed the van." And so I went and bought myself a van. She went and bought herself another van. This one she can stand up in. And so she gets an upgrade and I get an upgrade. And she did take quite a, big loss by giving me this van. So again, I just, are there words? Are there words? And she meant it. She had no strings. There was no strings. I went and spent one night with her. We had amazing, amazing conversation. And then she signed the paperwork immediately and bid me well and has been such a sweetheart. Oh, and she left me all these things. I think I might have told you already about that part, that she left me all these really cool little surprises. And it was already, set up for living. And, I'm just so indebted to Debbie. I'm so grateful to her and to you guys. And I love the van so much. And there's just so many moments where I just go, oh, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So that's the story of how I went from saying no to something that was amazing to saying yes to something that was amazing. And it ended up being more amazing than I could have even imagined. And now we're in New York, which I might have come north a little bit too soon. I tried to escape the heat coming on, and I came up here and it's freezing and it snowed last night. Anyway, so that's the story, and I hope that explains it, and I'm sorry that I mixed stuff up and put it in different formats. I'll try not to do that in the future, but I probably won't be perfect about it. Okie dokie. I have put all of the kitchen stuff on this side over here. This is going to be my little kitchen. That'll be my chair that I'll sit on. I can sit here and cook. And then back here, there's my bed, there's the back, and then back here I will turn into my desk. Build something maybe off of this so that I can have like a place for my keyboard. I don't know, still thinking about that, but you guys helped me figure it out. Thank you so much. I am so excited to have a desk again. I am so excited to have my own space again and just kind of like know where everything is and to feel, you know, like I have that feeling that I'm home when I get in here, which is something I never really felt in the minivan. And I don't know if it's just because like I do feel like I can set it up more like a home with a tiny little kitchen space and a tiny little desk space or whatever. Or maybe if it's just because like I experienced not having, you know, a home at all or, you know, like not being homeless, not being on the street, but like not having a place that was my own. And now that I have that place again, it's like, it really does feel like home, and it's so amazing, man. It's just so cool to know where everything is, to know that it's mine, to know that it's good. Like, I got another mechanical check on it, and it's definitely in, you know, excellent shape, so I feel really comfortable. If that squeaking comes back, it's probably just the AC, and I can handle that. And so I just feel really good, you know, really good. So anyway, oh, I keep forgetting to do the dang old poll for the name, but hopefully before I get this video uploaded, I will, in fact, I'm going to make that a priority, that I will get the poll out so that by the time I publish this video, the poll is there and you guys can go to the community posts section and decide, help us decide what her name is going to be. We got some amazing suggestions. I know like Phoenix is going to be in there, Dove is going to be in there. I will say that a lot of people suggested that I use Debbie because that's who I got the van from. She has actually asked me not to use her name. So we're not going to do that. That's not going to be included in the poll, even though that was like one of the top suggestions. She's asked me not to. We shall respect Miss Debbie. We love her. So no Debbie. But there's some great names as suggestions. I can't remember some of the other ones. Oh, my brain. But that's okay, because I'll put it in a poll. So go check out the community post if you want to vote on what our adventure mobile is going to be named. This thing right here, this shelf thing right here, was already here. That was something Debbie had done. The bed was already here. That chest that I showed you was already here. She gave me the curtains. I am going to do some like insulated type, you know, window cover things. She gave me some things that I might be able to use for that too. She totally set me up. She was just like, here, Birdie, like have a home. And oh, how great it is. Oh, and yes, I absolutely intend to decorate the living daylights out of this girl. I have that tapestry that I never did put on the roof, that tree one. I have stuff we're gonna decorate. She's gonna be beautiful. I've already started just a little tiny bit. Well, maybe not really. We're gonna get there though. She's gonna be gorgeous. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you're having a really amazing day. I love you. Bye.